run Covenant House International. We have 18 shelters for homeless kids in the United States.
Wow. At a time like this, help us understand what these children are going through.
Well, last night we sheltered about 1,000 homeless young people in storm-affected states and woke up this morning and the world was upside down in some of those states. In New Jersey, almost all of our shelters are without power. There are, in some of those communities, particularly along the Jersey Shore, boats in the road and cars in the ocean. We are struggling, frankly, to provide emergency aid to all of these kids. And we did evacuate about 75 young people in the hours before the floodwaters poured into Atlantic City and set up a temporary inland shelter. And state police and local police are bringing homeless young people who they find in some of their search and rescue missions to us, and we're providing care for them. But these are kids who are living on the streets, don't have families, and some of them have graduated or left the foster care system, fending for themselves, and last night was just a devastating night to be out by themselves.
So these are children that on the best day, life is difficult for them, on the best day. And then something like this happens, and they don't have anybody to lean on.
Well, I think that they're finding this morning that there are an awful lot of people who care. We have over 300 young people in a building that we run at the corner of 41st and 10th in Manhattan, and much of lower Manhattan has been devastated by the storm, and so kids were piling in. And this morning, people showed up in droves to help cook lunch for the kids, bringing clean clothes for the kids. Some of the kids lost everything in the storm. There's just this amazing outpouring of love. And I think that that's true of New Yorkers and folks in New Jersey, that they prove time and again to be well tested by conditions like this.
Kevin, what's the age range of these children?
They're as young as 15 and as old as 20, but we also have infants and toddlers with us. Some of the young people we evacuated were teen moms, homeless teen moms, 16, 17 years old with babies. So we have both teenagers and infants in our care.
So, wow, Kevin, wow. So are these, when you say teen moms that are on the street with babies, are these teen moms that just make it from day to day or week to week, going to different shelters or going from friends' houses? I mean, how do they make it on any given day?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, you know, homeless young people called or used to call the boardwalk in Atlantic City the Underwood Motel. They're young people who didn't have a place to stay. They have no families, or their families can't or won't provide for them. So they live on the boardwalks in Asbury Park or in Atlantic City, or they ride all-night subway cars or fend for themselves in all-night donut shops. And when a crisis like this occurs and the weather turns, you know, catastrophically bad, they have nowhere to go. So they come inside. And our numbers across the board grew exponentially last night as homeless kids flocked for safety.